think so. Personally, I do. There we go. Now we got everything working the way it's supposed to be working. Hey, I'm still getting used to a lot of this new stuff they put in here. All right. So, we're just going to have to deal with it. But hey, Voice of Empowerment is back. We are here and we're not going away. I just got some great news on the phone. So I am very pleased, very, very pleased with that. My mother got all of her power back finally. And here we are again, folks. Now, bear in mind, I'm typing as we're talking, and I'm getting better at it. I'm getting better at doing this. So, just kind of bear with me, and we will take it forward and get all this out of the way. I should have done this earlier. Like I said, I'm just getting used to everything again. So. But no, seriously, folks, my mother got all her power back on today. About a half hour ago, I was informed of this. So I am very pleased at the moment. And let's see. We are going forward with everything we need to go forward with. And so, anyway, I'm reading, folks, very quickly. So just give me one moment. Okay. Couple more little things, and there, that should take care of it. Now I can give you my undivided attention. Of course, some people may argue that point too, but I am here to give you all the attention I can and make sure that we have everything that we need to have in order to go forward. We got a lot of technology. I'm actually working about 5 different things at one time. And it is a little challenging for me. I'll admit that and tell you right up front, it is challenging, but it's worth it to me. I have wanted to bring Voice of Empowerment back for a very long time. And so now we are doing exactly that. And also, I want you to be aware that we are going to begin doing a night show as well. It's going to be a late night show, probably something like 11:30 to 12 is kind of what I'm anticipating at this point in time. And so we're going to make this happen. We're going to make it happen. I've wanted for a very long time to get this back out, and so we are. And it just seems like ever since my doctoral degree. Things have just been really kind of getting very busy for me. Public speaking engagements have gone up a great deal, and so we've just had a lot of things that are happening. So I see now that Facebook's being difficult with me and not allowing me to get in here where I need to be. So, but you heard the music at the beginning of the program. That is from a good friend of mine. If you're here in the greater North Carolina area, perhaps you recognize him as David McClintock. And so great guy, great guy. Known him a long time, ever since my TV station days, that is land-based TV station days here in Greensboro. I think I'm going to turn my audio down just slightly here. See, I'm kind of redlining the phone platform. I'm not sure why that is, but we're going to just have to kind of work it along and see what's taking place. But yeah, we're coming out of the hole, folks. For a long time I haven't said much, haven't been involved in a lot of things anywhere. Been building, been growing, been developing a lot of things within the network, and it's been taking a lot of my time. So now we are coming out, and we're going to start doing what we used to do. A couple years ago, people would come from Canada, they would come from Africa, they'd come from everywhere just to hear this program. And so we are going to revive it. We're going to bring it back. And like I said, we're going to add a sister program to it late in the evenings just to kind of round out the day. So what will happen is you will hear programming, uh, at noon, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at this point in time. And then Tuesday and Thursday, probably Saturday nights, you're going to hear, um, Voice of Empowerment late night, which will be, like I said, probably 11:30 to 12, or maybe 11 to 11:30. We haven't really set the firm date yet, and I'm going to enjoy it because what it does for me is it allows me to, just kind of unwind and talk about the day's events and that type of thing. It's designed to be a late night program, kind of looking at specific events and specific activity that took place. And I'll be alone sitting in the studio. Well, I say alone. I'll probably have my dog with me. It's funny. We have an open studio environment where we are here in Greensboro, and so that being the case, we have pets, a dog here and there that kind of wanders around. We have different things, different animals that people enjoy. They actually enjoy seeing them and petting them and everything else when they come by. So we haven't had any complaints. Nobody's eaten anybody yet. So I suppose all things considered, we're doing pretty good. So anyway, it's Friday. Like I said, Friday. And I just got this great news, that my mom's taken care of. Everybody's happy. Everybody's kind of unwinding now that Irma's kind of gone her merry way. So we are relaxing with her. And so, you know what? I got to go back in here. I shouldn't have done this. I What I did is whenever the program started, I shut down the recording that we were listening to with David, and I want to use it today, to take different breaks and things, and so that's why I'm going to kind of go back here and find it real quick, but yeah, we've come through a lot. We've come through a lot over the last 60 days. And so, and again, my graduation was in there. Praise God. They found that I had met all the requirements and everything was done. So I am now Dr. Alan Chafin, Dr. A.D. Chafin for my books and various things that I write. For my professional image, I am Dr. A.D. Chafin. So I wonder if Facebook is going to let us get in here now. I don't know why it's being so difficult to us today. But, and we've got a lot of people that like to listen to the program through Facebook Live, which, you're more than it's fine for you to do should you wish to do it. I'm not seeing us in here yet. Where? Come on, guys. Let us come out and play too. I don't understand what is taking place here, but maybe eventually they will allow us to put our video on here. Not sure why they don't like us today, but it is what it is. I'm not going to worry too much about it, although I would really like to have us in here. I'm just going to go on and do what we got to do today. Today I want to talk with you a little bit. We began this conversation on Wednesday with Dr. Thomas, I'm Thomas, regarding generational accountability. And we're going to talk about that for a moment. Generational accountability, for those of you who weren't with us on Wednesday, this is a lot of people are saying that this is a phrase that I am being given credit for establishing. Now, I don't know if all that's true or not, but but we're going to talk about it a little bit. See, generational accountability is very simple, and that is that you as a person have a responsibility to take those things that you have learned from teachers, people, both in your past as well as in your present, and take the things that you have learned from them and sow them into the next generation. You have that responsibility. You see, we always talk about generational curses and we always talk about generational blessings. But what people fail to realize is that everything runs in threes. So what is the third component? You have the positive, which is the blessings. You have the negative, which is the curses. So what is the third component? And that third component is generational accountability. You are responsible for taking the seeds that were sown into you as a child or as a young person and taking that of those seeds, and you are responsible for making them, planting them into the future generation. A lot of people have asked me, they've said, well, can you prove such a thing, that generational accountability exists? Well, first off, I want you to look at a couple of things. First off, the Bible itself. You know, the scripture says that the whole Bible can be used, is to be used for teaching and instruction. Not just the New Testament, not just the Old Testament. You know, if it was just the New Testament, then we could have scrapped the Old Testament and thrown it away. But it said the whole Bible. So that means that all the teachings of Moses and all the teachings of the prophets and the judges and the kings and everything else are just as relevant today as they were back thousands of years ago. That is a form of generational accountability, because we have to be accountable for the knowledge of all of those teachers, prophets, you know, all those kings, you know, all of the Psalms, everything. We are responsible. We have to be held accountable for all of those teachings, and we have to be able to take those teachings and send them into the next generation. The Bible doesn't stop with one group of people and then start up somewhere else. It's a continuous flow. It's a continuous flow of inspiration, continuous flow of knowledge and wisdom. And that flow continues. It doesn't stop. So it's not up to us to stop something and start up something new and try to teach that to them, to the next generation. That's not for us to do. We've got to be accountable. And then we have our own Bible school teachers and people who have known us and when we were little children that have sown wisdom and ideas and knowledge into us. And so that seed has got to be sent forward. We have got to be accountable to them to take that seed into the next generation. Because the things that they taught us weren't necessarily just for us. The things that we learned from our grandparents, our great-grandparents, if we were so fortunate to know them, those things have got to be sent into the next generation. They have got to be sown into the next generation. We are accountable to all of those people who taught us something, because that's their seed. Their seed has got to have an opportunity to grow. Their seed has got to have an opportunity to bear fruit. And everything that they taught us was not just for us. It was for everybody that we know beyond us. So this is the basic idea of generational accountability. We are accountable to all the generations before us that taught us things, whether that be through the Bible or whether that be through personal experience, direct relationship with that other person. We're accountable for all of this. And so that being the case, we have got to take that information and go forward with it. So I'm still looking here. I'm still looking to figure out why Facebook does not like us this afternoon at this point in time. I don't know why that is, and I'm not worrying about it because, you know, at the same time, we're broadcasting out over Twitter and Periscope. We're broadcasting out over the SIBN platform on numerous radio stations. So I'm not worried about whether Facebook has us or not, but I do know that there is a sizable number of people that listen to us there. And we got somebody joining us. Who do we have here? Oh, no, we got people listening on the phone platform. I do know some people called me and said that they wanted to listen specifically. So we're going to allow them just to do that. They want to listen, so listen away, folks. If you feel like jumping in, those who are listening, what you need to do is just simply unmute your line, and we will go ahead and have our daily conversation, whatever that might be, our program conversation. So I think perhaps at one point we might have Jeff Moore might be popping through. I know a few people, said that said that they were going to be looking to possibly join us this morning. So I keep saying this morning is not morning anymore; it's afternoon. But hey, whatever, whatever, whatever the case might be, as long as we get it right, I'm satisfied with it. I've always enjoyed being in broadcasting. I've been in broadcasting a long time, and so the ability to bring this program back, is actually very very exciting to me. So anyway, look, I tell you what. While we are still waiting on a couple of different things to go on, I'm messing with Facebook a little bit here, trying to get them to cooperate. I think probably we'll just go ahead and go to a break at this point in time. We've got again some music by my friend David. We will kick him off and let that go and see where we are. I'll be back with you here just within the next few minutes. All righty, we're back. We're back. I love David's music. I really do. Again, that's David McClintock here in the Greensboro Pleasant Garden area of North Carolina. And I'm very sure that if you would like to order any of his music, you may certainly do so. We have different people that we work with as far as musicians and soloists here in the area. I had kind of a funny thing happen yesterday. We have a soloist out of Virginia Beach that sends us music that we use, Pastor Tangi Callahan, and beautiful, beautiful voice, very gifted young lady. And what ended up happening was I shared the music with a pastor friend of mine in the Raleigh area, Raleigh Durham, well, Chapel Hill area of North Carolina. And one thing led to another. And yesterday afternoon, I got this very strange request coming through Google Drive asking me to send them uh, some of the music. And, and I'll be honest, it kind of caught me by surprise because I wasn't expecting that. I've never had anyone make such a request of me before. So I was a little puzzled as to what was going on. So I contacted the one of the program hosts that we use the music on a great deal. Didn't know the individuals, and so now I was really kind of surprised because I had no idea who it was that was making the request to have our music. Well, not ours, of course. It was Miss Callahan's or Pastor Callahan, and so I didn't know what to make of it. Well, ultimately, what ended up happening was I contacted this pastor in Raleigh, Chapel Hill, and she told me, she says, "Oh yeah," she said, "that's my son and daughter-in-law down in Florida. They had gotten the music from uh, from this pastor up in Chapel Hill, and they were using the music because it was soothing to them, it was comforting to them as they were going through Hurricane Irma, excuse me." And so that being the case, immediately I said, "Well, that's fine. I'll be happy to send them more of the music that they're looking for." And so my understanding is now they are in the process of going ahead and ordering the CDs from Pastor Callahan off of her website, tangicallahan.com. So small world, folks. Very, very, very small world. And so we're growing, and people they're learning of others through us. We have really become a central hub for people who are looking to learn, regarding other people. So we are growing again. Our numbers are just as good as they've ever been. We are now number 9 in the world, both in TV, internet Christian television in the world, and also number 9 in the United States in internet Christian television. In radio, we're number 3 in the United States, and we're number 5 in the world. You can't beat that. You can't beat that at all. And with no advertising, no promotional things other than what little we do on social media, and away we go. So, when I went down to graduation, we had it was just a doctoral graduation, and we had probably 30 people, I suppose, that were graduating, and so it was a very exciting time. So, but all of those people from Detroit, my hometown, and across over in California and Indianapolis and different places, all of these people were asking me questions about how can we broadcast with you? How can we become more involved with SIBN? What do we need to do? And at that point in time, of course, is when I began telling them, "Hey, come on down, broadcast with us. Get involved with us." And so you're gonna be hearing from some different people. I have no doubt of that over the next little bit of time. A lot of people are going to be logging in, and I'm sitting here, I'm looking at all the people that are online with us right now. Like I said, people are very excited to see that SIBN is bringing back voice of empowerment, and so we will have guests from time to time. Right now, these initial programs I'm doing now, really, I'm just trying to, I'm really just working to kind of test everything because I'm using new equipment. As many of you know from the program the other day, I am not using my studio mic anymore. Well, not for this program, I'm not. I've been persuaded to use Bluetooth speaker and microphone system. So at least for voice of empowerment, I might at some point in time go back to the studio mic for this program. But I did say that I would give it a try, and so I'm going to try it for a period of time just to see kind of where we're at. But again, we're going to do the night program. The night program will be off the studio mic in Studio A, and so we're just testing, a lot of different things right now, and so that's what we're doing, and so far it seems to be working pretty good. Like I said, I've got to get used to a few things here and there. I've got to see, get used to how some things are done. But overall, I'm very pleased. I'm very pleased with everything as it's progressing right now. And so I'm going to continue forward with it. And so that's kind of where we're at. Like I said, we're sitting here in the studio today. It's kind of a quiet day. Yeah, everybody, I guess getting geared up for the weekend. I'm looking around. Officer Doggett, he's around someplace. He's off. It's funny. He is in and out. He is all over the place. I guess that's his job, though. Doing what he's got to do. Mariah, she, tries to keep an eye on me. She tries to tries to help me stay in line. And but a lot of times, she gets called down the hallway to do different things. Whatever the case might be. In the near future, we're going to be looking to bring in a couple of volunteers, a couple of students, that might need internships and things, which brings me to a point. We now have, in the school that I graduated from with my doctorate, St. Thomas Christian University, down in Jacksonville. Of course, now that I say Jacksonville, I suppose maybe I need to check to make sure that they're still down there. But we have a scholarship that we've established, myself and also one of our station owners out in California, Charmaine Betty Singleton. And so the Singleton Chafin Scholarship Fund has been established at St. Thomas. The idea behind it is that we want to help future broadcasters. So what's going to happen is that broadcasters who qualify will receive the financial things that they need to pay their tuition and continue forward in their classroom activities. But they will also be given opportunities to be interns with us as well. And they will learn hands-on what there is to do with internet broadcasting. So that when they graduate, they will have had a year or 2 years, maybe 3 years, I don't know, of internship experience, volunteer experience. And now they're going to be ready to do what they have to do on their own. And at that point, we will actually give them discounts and give them the advanced training they need to own their own internet Christian television and radio stations. So we are going to begin to develop new station owners right from the tree, so to speak, and let them do what they're going to do. It's going to be an interesting experience, but we will be helping to fund the broadcasters of tomorrow. So, we're working hard to give the world what it needs. Not only the Word of God, but also experienced people that can take the Word of God to the world. And that's what we're doing. That is exactly what we're doing. And we're gonna make this work. We are most definitely going to make this work. And I'm very pleased by everything that I've seen, and very pleased by everything that we have been involved in. So, like I said, voice of empowerment, um, SIBN as a whole, we are we're building. We are building and we are growing. We're developing relationships for today as well as tomorrow. And we're doing it because we believe in what we're doing. To be honest, if I didn't believe in what I was doing, I wouldn't be here. I really wouldn't. The challenges, the things that we have been involved in, the difficulties that we've had to face, the hurdles that we've had to go over, all of these things. Um, if I had to do it again, I would still do it because I love doing it. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy it a great deal. So anyway, it is the bottom of the hour, and we are just sitting here. We're doing all these various things. We are testing equipment as we're speaking, as I'm speaking anyway. We are testing equipment, and we are going to be doing some fine tuning here and there because again, we want to make it work properly. We want it to sound properly because that's the biggest thing with me, folks, is that yes, it works, that's wonderful, but of um, what is the sound quality of the actual broadcast itself? That is very important to me. So that being said, we are at this point in time going to go ahead and uh, conclude for the day, and we will be back with you on Monday, and Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And like I said, there'll probably be some late night programs Tuesday, Thursday, probably Saturday evening. So again, I thank you for being with me today. All of you who have signed into the phone platform, who are listening, I have enjoyed seeing you here. Enjoyed talking over the speaker from the microphone with you folks, and I look forward to broadcasting with you further. So, in the meantime, as I tell everyone all the time, in all that you do, no matter what it is or where it is, give God and God alone all the praise, the honor, and the glory that He's due. Because at the end of the day, He is due it all, and you're not. We'll be with you again on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.